The Meatmaster is one of the fastest growing breeds in Namibia and Southern Africa right now, and farmers are demanding hardy, fertile, medium-framed animals that can perform on the field, and the Meatmaster is ticking every box. Genetics are in high demand, auctions are heating up, and quality breeders are stepping forward with stronger animals this year. And today we've got one of those breeders right here, Mr. Elvis Tjiho, bringing his draft to the Premier Breeders Production Auction on December the 4th. Elvis represents his stoet, Okozondje Meatmasters. Now Elvis, my bro, before we jump into the auction, how's the mood on your side? Are you feeling ready for December the 4th?
Good evening, Mr. Haka. I hope you are doing well. I am doing very well on this side. And thank you for the privilege and the opportunity of sharing what we can share. Yes, I am most definitely looking forward. I am thrilled, and I really can't wait for the 4th of December so that we can see what God has in store for us. Thank you.
So can you tell the viewers quickly, who is Elvis Tjiho in the farming world? And how did your Meatmaster journey start?
Good evening, viewers. Good evening, everyone. My name is Elvis Tjiho. I was born in Namibia region. Aminus constituency is where I grew up with my mother and father, with my siblings. And as time passed by, when you grow older and all of that, in our African cultures or traditions, you want to become a man and so forth, want to start doing farming and all of that. After I got married to my wife, we started our own place in a communal area of Aminus at a place called Okozondje. And that's how our journey started. We didn't start straight with the Meatmaster breed. We started with the Van Roy. That was 2017. If I can recall well, we bought around about 10 ewes, and most of these Van Roy ewes were pregnant. And that time there was a severe drought between 2017 and 2019. So the ewes that we bought, when they lambed, all the ewes died. So we had to raise the lambs by ourselves and all of that. And then when these lambs were grown up and were ready for mating, I bought a white Meatmaster ram that I crossed on those Van Roy ewes. And then at some point I totally got rid of all of that breeding stock that I had then. So somewhere along the way there, if I can recall well, they're from early 2019 going to December, somewhere November there, I heard an article about the Meatmaster breed. I can't recall well now whether it was on YouTube or it was on Facebook. But then this thing caught my attention, and I started getting more curious. I started reading, looking for materials that can elaborate more to me about the breed and all of that. And that's it. And then 2019, around November, is when we got to purchase or buy our first Meatmaster ewes from Johnny Hanekom. And that's how the journey actually started with the Meatmaster breed.
Bro, this is a big event. Agra's Premier Breeders Production Auction. What can people expect from your draft this year?
Yes, Mr. Haka, thank you once more again. It's indeed a privilege and an opportunity as the Premier Breeders Production Auction breeders to do business once more again with Agra Start Auctions. Yes, we are looking forward to the opportunity that is once being presented to us. It's indeed a great event. And like I normally say to farmers and to individuals when we are having chats and so forth, that this is the last auction for the year. For every year, this is the last auction. So to breeders or farmers who are looking to acquire for genetics that can make difference in their farming journey and so forth, I normally say that we are giving you one more chance, and we are offering nothing but the best genetics, the best breeding stock or materials that you can ever find in the market.
Elvis, the selection process when choosing Meatmasters is one of the important, or shall I say one of the most important factors to consider when choosing Meatmasters. It's all about choosing the right type with the right traits, because one wrong animal can shift your whole breeding process in your direction of your farming operation. So with that in mind, how do you decide which animals will go into the ring, and what criteria did you use when selecting them?
Thank you. To be honest, we try by all means to select animals or to bring animals into the market that we could as well, if provided the opportunity, that we can keep for ourselves and use in our breeding program. What am I trying to say? I'm basically trying to say that we are trying to select or to sell animals that are functional, that are tested, and that have the right bloodlines, that undoubtedly knowing that these animals can go and perform at the new owner and to the best of their ability.
So when it comes to your breeding program, what do you focus on the most? Developing your rams, building strong ewe lines, or keeping the two in balance? And why is that specific focus important for the direction of your Meatmaster Genetics?
I would say that we are focusing on breeding both rams and female animals, because it's those feminine ewes or females that breed or that produces hardy rams that are required as per breed standard. That's why it's actually a mixture of both that we are focusing on. Predominantly, the desire is to breed more rams than your female ewes, than your female animals.
Let's talk about type for a moment, because everything starts with a type. In your view, Elvis, what does the ideal Meatmaster look like to you? What are the key traits that must definitely be there, and what are the things that should never appear in the correct Meatmaster?
Thank you once more again, Mr. Haka. First of all, the animal must be functional, and the ewes must be able to produce or reproduce, and your rams must be able to mate. Given the opportunity, it will actually be an advantage if you can breed animals or ewes, or if you can use stud rams that can give you twins or triplets. That will be an added advantage to you as a farmer. But overall, the animal must be hardy. It must be able to adapt, provided that in southern Africa we have a very limited rainfall during the rainy seasons and so forth. So the animal must be able to adapt on the available grazing at the particular time or season.
Every breeder has certain goals they push harder than others. Over the past few years, what have you personally focused on the most in your breeding program, and why did those specific traits and qualities matter to you?
That I have been given the privilege or the opportunity to breed or farm with this fantastic breed, the Meatmaster breed, is to breed ewes. Because according to my philosophy or understanding is that your ewes are your breeding machine, and if your ewes are not right, then you are most likely to fail in your breeding system. That's why you need to improve or to rectify mistakes that are there in your flock or in your ewes. Only then will you start to breed properly and have the desired breed or traits according to the market.
Thanks, Elvis. Tell me, looking ahead a bit, where do you see the Meatmaster breed in the next 5 to 10 years? And do you think the demand, the quality, and the direction will keep growing? And what changes or trends do you expect to see in the industry in the forthcoming future?
The breed is growing very fast and it is spreading rapidly in the southern Africa, in the upper north of Namibia. The breed is very, very adaptable and it can thrive or do well at every area where it is brought. The breed is doing quite well in Botswana. Lately, the market is flooded with Meatmasters in Botswana, especially being imported from Namibia and South Africa. And the breed is doing well in Zambia. The breed is doing well in Zimbabwe and all these southern African countries. The potential is there for the market. All we need to do is to breed the right animal as per breed standard that is being required, and the rest will just be amazing.
Elvis, we always talk about the misconception that new people that's introduced to the breed have about the breed. Because we always say not every born scalp is a Meatmaster, and not every Meatmaster is born. What do you think farmers still get wrong or misunderstand about the Meatmaster breed? Are there certain traits or ideas that people often focus on for the wrong reasons, or things they overlook that are actually important? What's your opinion on that?
Thank you, Mr. Haka. You are very right. Not every born scalp is a Meatmaster. I agree 100% with you. That's why I normally advise my peers or fellow young farmers who want to venture into farming or breeding with a Meatmaster that preferably choose to buy from reputable breeders or farmers who have been in the industry for quite some time now and who know the traits or the features that resembles the Meatmaster breed as a breed. And besides that, I normally advise my fellow farmers that start with quality. The market is flooded with quality Meatmaster, and by so doing, you stand a very minimum chance of going astray.
That's a good answer, Elvis, and I totally agree with you. It is so important for farmers to know the breeders, to build the support with the breeders, the trust with the breeders, and the consistency, where they can get transparency, predictability, and genetic security, because reliable breeders keep proper records and avoid risky and extreme traits. So yeah, moving on to the next question. If a young farmer wants to start with Meatmasters today, what would be your number one piece of advice for them? What should they focus on first to build a strong, reliable foundation in their flock?
To every farmer, young farmer, being younger or old, who want to start with a Meatmaster breed, like I said earlier, my advice normally is, first of all, to buy from breeders who are well known, and secondly, start with proper or quality animals that will take you further or faster ahead. Not necessarily to say that you need to rush in your breeding system, and then secondly, you must buy animals that as your finances allows you. And you stand a better chance if you buy top quality animals. If you can buy the first selection or second selection or third selection, you can still do fine. And by so doing, you stand a chance to grow your herd faster and quicker.
Elvis, what makes December 4th stand out for you? Why should people make the effort to show up in person or bid online for this specific auction?
Individuals who are bidding online are free and more welcome to do so. In case maybe you can't attend or be there physically, maybe because of work or maybe because of border barriers and so forth. So this is the best quality animals that are on offer, not only the Meatmaster breed, but all the other breeds that are represented in this auction of the Premier Breeders Production Auction. We have the Farmerois, we have the prominent Boer goat, we have the Meatmasters, and we have the Meatmasters. So basically, that's it. We have actually a bit of everything, but nothing, no quality compromised.
So your auction will be held tomorrow in Windhoek at the Agra Ring. For anyone who wants more information, where can people contact you directly? And is there a place where they can view the animals before the auction?
People can contact me at my cell phone numbers 081 4715 212 and 085 2715 212, or at my email address, which is Elvis Tjiho, small letters, 85@gmail.com. Or you can also reach us on Facebook, on our Facebook page as Okozondje Genetics, and you will be able to get hold of us. Thank you.
And lastly, brother, on a personal level, what does this auction mean to you personally? Not just as a breeder, but as someone who has put in years of work, passion, and belief into these genetics. What does standing on that auction floor presenting your animals to the public truly represent for you?
First of all, Mr. Haka, this auction means a lot, as it will be our second auction selling professionally or doing business with Accra, the stud auction department. And it's indeed a privilege and an honor. And I really don't take it lightly. And by the grace of God, we will keep on improving. And the aim or the desire is to at least be consistent. If need be, if we can sell 10 rams a year, that will mean so much to us. And thank you for the opportunity of sharing the knowledge that you have pertaining the breed, the Meatmaster breed specifically. And I hope to see you the 4th at the auction so that we can have a chat. And thank you. Thank you so much for your time.
And that's it, folks. A solid look into the thinking, the preparation, and the breeding vision behind these Meatmasters heading to the Premier Breeders Auction on December 4th. That's in Windhoek Agra Ring. If you're serious about field-ready genetics, balance type, and the kind of shit that actually works in Namibia, then this is one auction you shouldn't miss. So a big thanks to Elvis Tjiho from Okozondje Meatmasters for sharing his insights and his passion for the breed. Keep well, keep farming smart, and see you in the next one.